Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a classic paradox, but through the lens of one of the greatest stories ever told. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an, well, unmovable object? So, let's explore that question with the absolutely wild tale of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. We're talking about an all-powerful, immortal being who had to learn the hard way that true strength isn't at all what he thought it was.
Okay, first things first. To really get this story, you have to understand the sheer scale of Sun Wukong's power. This guy wasn't just some small-time troublemaker. He was like a cosmic-level problem for all of heaven.
I mean, just look at this resume. He steals the secret to eternal life. He single-handedly beats the best warriors the celestial court can throw at him. And when they finally catch him, their ultimate punishment, this superheated furnace, doesn't just fail to kill him, it actually makes him stronger. He was, for all intents and purposes, completely and totally unbeatable.
And you know, with that kind of power comes an ego to match, right? After breaking out, he wasn't about to just go home. Nope. He marches straight back to the Celestial Court with a really simple demand. I'm in charge now. Give me the crown. So the Jade Emperor, the ruler of all the heavens, is just completely out of options. His armies are crushed, his prisons are useless. So in this moment of total desperation, he calls on the one being in the entire cosmos who might, just might, be able to do something about it. The Buddha.
And this right here, this is what sets up the story's most famous moment. Because the Buddha doesn't challenge the Monkey King to a fight. No, he challenges him to something much more interesting, a battle of ego.
The Buddha's whole approach here is just fascinating. Instead of a brawl, he makes a bet. He offers the Monkey King everything he wants. The Emperor's throne, the whole shebang, if he can just do one seemingly simple thing. Leap out of his open hand. Now, for a guy who can cross the universe in a single jump, this sounds like a joke. It's not a challenge, it's a guaranteed win. So of course, Sun Wukong takes the bet. He confidently leaps into the sky and just flies and flies and flies until he lands in this desolate place with 5 huge pillars. Convinced he's at the literal edge of creation, he proudly marks one of the pillars, to prove he was there, and then zips all the way back. He lands back in front of the Buddha, just beaming with arrogance, ready to claim his prize. But as he's demanding the throne, he smells something odd and kind of familiar.
And this is the moment it all comes crashing down. That mark he made, it wasn't on some cosmic pillar at the end of the universe. It was on one of the Buddha's fingers. He never even left the palm of his hand. His entire epic journey across the cosmos had taken place in a space no bigger than a few inches.
For an ego that massive, the punishment had to be just as big. The Buddha's hand turns into a massive mountain range, flips over, and just pins the Monkey King right underneath it. And that's where he stayed, trapped, for the next 500 years.
5 centuries stuck under a mountain gives you a lot of time to think. And it was just enough time for Sun Wukong's supposedly unbreakable pride to finally, and very painfully, crack. He was ready for a totally different kind of journey.
He was at his absolute lowest point. So when the Bodhisattva Guanyin, the goddess of compassion, happened to be passing by, he begged her for a way out. He swore an oath. If she freed him, he would turn his life around and walk a better path.
Now, Guanyin was, understandably skeptical, but she gave him one shot at redemption. He could be free, but on one condition. He had to become the servant and protector of a mortal monk, Tripitaka, on a holy quest. This was a complete 180 from his old life, a path of service instead of raw power. Sun Wukong agreed in a heartbeat. He's free! After 500 years, he's finally out. But, as you can probably guess, after an entire lifetime of being heaven's #1 rebel, old habits die really, really hard. Almost right away, their journey is attacked by bandits. For the Monkey King, the solution is easy, and it's violent. But his brutal way of handling things completely horrified the gentle monk Tripitaka, who lectured him about his lack of compassion.
So, Sun Wukong is furious. He gets this scolding, he's frustrated by all these new rules, and he basically decides, you know what, this whole being good thing is not for me. And he just quits. He abandons the monk and flies off.
Just as the entire sacred quest is about to fall apart, Guanyin steps in again. She appears to the heartbroken Tripitaka, not really to comfort him, but to give him a tool, this beautiful cap with a hidden power inside it and a secret spell to activate it. So, meanwhile, Sun Wukong has a change of heart, feels guilty, and comes back to apologize. He sees the cool-looking cap and just kind of casually puts it on. That's when Tripitaka remembers Guanyin's instructions and recites the spell. Instantly, a hidden golden band shoots out, clamps around the Monkey King's head, and causes just explosive, agonizing pain.
And here's the brilliant part. This headband wasn't just a punishment. It was a tool for discipline. It was an external control for an internal problem. Until Sun Wukong could finally learn to master his own wild impulses, the monk could do it for him. So they formed this, well, uneasy alliance. But they both knew it was the only way the mission could succeed. With this incredible power finally tied to a purpose bigger than his own ego, the Monkey King was finally ready to start his real journey. And the story leaves us with this timeless lesson about humility and self-control. And it makes you wonder, right? In our own lives, when our own ego or our impulses threaten to get the better of us, what's the golden headband that we need to find our way back to the right path?